This is WAEC June 2019 General Mathematics Paper 2, and we're answering question number 11A, and the question reads, the third and sixth terms of a geometric progression GP are 1 over 4 and 1 over 32 respectively. The two questions asked here is to find the first term and the common ratio of the GP, and Roman 2 you asked to find the seventh term. So let's attempt to answer this very question together. So term number 3 is given as 1 over 4, and term number 6 is given as 1 over 32. Let's attempt to get to those terms. Of course, they are given. So the formula to find the term at any position in the GP, remember, is the TR equals to ER raised to the power of n minus 1. So in attempt to find the third term, of course, is given. I'll now replace the n by 3. If I replace n by 3, I'm going to have r raised to the power of 3 minus 1, which in the end will be r raised to the power of 2. So there, substituting Tn by this 1 over 4, that is term number 3, you are going to have 1 over 4 equals to ar raised to the power of 2. So let me also attempt to get a term number 6. Using this formula, Tr equals to ar raised to the power of n minus 1. So I'm replacing term number 6 by 1 over 32 and replacing n by 6. So if n replaced by 6, you have 6 minus 1. So you now have r raised to the power of 5. Let me do that. So you now have 1 over 32 equals to ar raised to the power of 5. I'll call these two equations 1 and equation 2. It is these two equations that I'm going to solve so that it will enable me to find the A and this very R. The simple way to solve these two equations is to divide equation 2 by equation 1. Divided equation 2 by equation 1 means divide the right hand side of the equation 2 by the right hand side of the equation 1. Also divided the left hand side of equation 2 by the left hand side of the equation 1. If that is now done, you now have something like this: 1 over 32 divided by 1 over 4 equals to ar raised to the power of 5 divided by ar raised to the power of 2. This division, if changed to multiplication, you now have 1 over 32 multiplied by 4 over 1. And that 4 can divide this 32 to get 8. So the left hand side becomes 1 over 8. And the right hand side, a will cancel a. And r raised to 5 divided by r raised to 2, applying the law of indices where you subtract the powers, you now have r raised to the power of 3. So let me just write it. You have 1 over 8 by the left equals to r raised to the power of 3 by the right. So to get r, you now take a cube root of both sides. So taking cube root of both sides, now give r as 1 over 2, because cube root of 1 is 1. Cube root of 8 will give you this number 2. So r equals to 1 over 2. So you can now substitute this value of r by 1 over 2 in either equation 1 or in equation 2. That will enable you to get a, that is the first term. So substituting r in equation 1, you now have 1 over 4 equals to a multiplied by 1 over 2 raised to the power of 2. I have replaced this r in equation 1 by 1 over 2. Look at it. So 1 over 2 raised to the power of 2 simply means 1 over 4. You now have 1 over 4 equals to a multiplied by 1 over 4. And you can now see 1 over 4 will cancel 1 over 4. You now have a equals to 1. So this is the very first term, and this is the common ratio. So Roman 1 has been answered. I'll move to Roman 2. Roman 2, you asked to find the term number 7. So term number 7, you make use of this very formula again. So I'm going to have 1 for a multiplied by r raised to the power of 7 minus 1, but r will now be 1 over 2. So I'm going to have something like this substituted correctly. 1 multiplied by 1 over 2 raised to the power of 6. The power 6 is after subtracting 1 from power 7. So I'll continue. So I'll now find what is 1 over 2 raised to the power of 6. 1 raised to 6 is 1. 2 raised to 6 gives answer 64. So you have 1 times 1 over 64. And this is nothing but 1 over 64. So term number 7 is going to be 1 over 64. So this answered the two questions. So let's just share with you the mark distribution for this very question as it is contained in the marking scheme. So the very first mark is bonus 1 mark, and this bonus 1 mark is for getting this equation for term number 3 1 over 4 equals to AR square. You have this bonus 1 mark. The next mark is another bonus 1 mark for writing the second equation for term number 6 as 1 over 32 equals to AR raised to the power of 5. If you do that correctly, you have this bonus 1 mark. Next mark is attempting to solve the two equations where you divide both, where you divided equation 2 by equation 1, you have this method 1 mark. When you now have your R as 1 over 2 exactly, you have this accuracy 1 mark. And when you now have your first term, that is letter A as 1, you have this accuracy 1 mark. And when you now substituted your R, your A, and your N in attempt to get the term number 7 correctly, you have this method 1 mark. And when you have term number 7 exactly as 1 over 64, you have this accuracy 1 mark. So in total, this question has 7 good marks.